if you protest against it, you're going to jail. Not only that, you're likely going to be tortured. The same thing happens to a business in China. If they criticize the Chinese Communist Party for anything, they will shrink that business. If it's a foreign business, if it's a Chinese business, they just may take it over. And the same thing happens to a nation. It's happening right now. Australia came out and criticized China very succinctly for the pandemic and also for the problem with human rights and the Uyghurs.
They put this lady in jail for 4 years. She just got sentenced for telling Americans about the coronavirus.
Australia for doing that. And they're depriving Australia of its exports going into China. This is their behavior. And why do they do this? They do it to deter others from doing the same thing, from criticism. And it has largely worked up until this year. Now, there's huge international backlash, John, against China for the pandemic. But it made every country in the world look at themselves and say, what's going on here? It's not just a pandemic. It's their aggressive, malign behavior, period. That's a problem. Yeah. And as a result of that, nations are pulling back, and that's a good thing.
Let's hope. Bill McGurn put a piece in the Wall Street Journal. He's a frequent guest on Fox News. The piece is titled Beijing's Bigger Honey Trap. It says Eric Swalwell and Hunter Biden are only the tip of the Chinese influence iceberg. And he goes on to write, their cases are only a microcosm of what Secretary of State Pompeo complains is an all-out Chinese Communist Party effort to make Americans receptive to Beijing's form of authoritarianism. Joe Biden might be tempted to think his son's case and that of Mr. Swalwell will pass, but they won't, because they're part of a much larger and more sinister China story to which Americans are only now waking up. You think we are waking up, General?
Yes, we are. There's bipartisan support that China obviously is a threat to the United States. And they are conducting the most comprehensive foreign penetration of the United States of America in our entire history. And you just mentioned a couple instances of it. It is a massive campaign. It's cyber warfare being used as an instrument of national power. And obviously they have surveillance and spies on the ground to complement it. Yes, very significant issue, and hope that the Biden administration recognizes how serious this is.
General Jack Keane, Fox News military analyst. Thank you.
This is why Biden can't be president. He's part of it.
Talking to John.
Thanks, General.
It's time to wake up, man.
Show me the